goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the USC Trojans and the Miami Hurricanes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Catching up with the Trojans head coach before the game, one of the things to keep your eyes on is how does this young quarterback continue to develop? They took a risk early in the season starting this young freshman, but he has continued to develop each week and get better. He's gaining the trust of his teammates. He's really starting to make good reads and get a feel for this offense. Can they keep this trend going? I'll keep you posted on how he looks on the field and how he's leading his team early in this game. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. He'll return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So USC's offense will have first crack at this one. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend, but the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that thing, there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella, he delivered. So, elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison, honestly. You can put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So mixing and matching the looks, I think, is the best chance this defense has.
He's dropped.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Right side, it's Bowman. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Trojans line up to punt it away. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. He got nothing on the return. Outstanding job there. So Miami's offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And here are the starters on the offensive front, and you won't find one much better in the country.
Hey, man, those big boys up front, man, they're the foundation of this unit, right? Control everything. You have a great quarterback back there, and that's awesome. And we're going to talk about him throughout the game. But the guys up front, man, the ability to be physical and keep him clean and keep him protected where he can do his work is the reason why this team is successful, Jesse. I bet you wish you had a line like that.
No question about it. And this defense, they've got their work cut out for them because they know they somehow, some way have got to be able to get home to the quarterback and try and affect him. But that is easier said than done against this offensive line. They play as a cohesive unit. You don't see a lot of mental assignment errors. You don't see a lot of busts up front. They're able to keep this quarterback standing up. If they can do that today, it's going to be a long one for this defense.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Turning it on! He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle, safeties come up and tackle, as opposed to linebackers and big defensive players. You get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. The Hurricanes will have it 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Rodgers. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Dropping back, it's Henderson. Incomplete, a 50-50 ball won by no one that time. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Run it with the fullback. There's a crease. Got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. And he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll go to the counter. He's got the first down. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there.
Man, I really love the way this guy looks when he's toting the rock. You think about all the high school kids out there who dream about one day donning a USC jersey and being the starting running back for the Trojans. There's so much competition, not just in the state of California, but nationally, to come to this school and be the guy, to be RB1. He's on the field for a reason. This guy is unique. He's got speed and vision. What a weapon.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Left side is Barber. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. Right at the line. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Trojans have this offense rolling. They'll give it to him again. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Scanning the field, it's Fareed. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this defense picking up right where it left off. Last week put a great game together, really shut down an opponent. Now you can tell, man, they're going to make you earn everything you get. And this offense is going to have to find a way to find some holes because we haven't seen them the last couple weeks.
Caught. Still running at the 40. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown USC. Once he got some room, it was over.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. The give to the big fullback. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. Quickly complete. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
And a play like that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
Looking for a crease to the left. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
It's 3rd and 5. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down. And the Hurricanes will try to move the chains on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. To throw, it's Fareed. It's complete to the right.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with them. And yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Making the adjustment. Using his legs, it's Rodgers. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. They'll try the right side. Enough to move the chains. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They believe they can run right here.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He'll try the left side. Makes the stop at the 49. Give him 5 yards on the play and a first down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other...
Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it, and I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be...
Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Long way to go on 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's Rodgers. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
And finally, we see a little bit of that which we talked about coming into this football game. Like, we highlighted him. He's a really good football player. They're going to feature him. He's going to make big plays. Today, the defense has absolutely shut him down. That was actually his longest carry of the day. They're going to need more of that from this offense.
Breaks into the open. Now well within striking distances. That 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a first down in the red zone.
Well, it's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it. How about that one running it, too? Great push up front.
They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Touchdown, Kings! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. So an 82-yard drive there. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. They're going to run it. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The give to the back. Got enough for the first down. He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. The Trojans are flying down the field. They're testing the right side here. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, he'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
He's got an open man. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. And the Trojans want to pick up the tempo.
It's a really nice job out there making the catch. I feel like fans are always expecting one of these Trojan receivers to be in the conversation for being best in the country, right? Because of the success they've had in the past and certainly in more recent years. There's a lot of pressure to play that position now at the Coliseum and at USC. But this guy right here, he has been making his mark on this offense.
He'll keep it on second down. Oh, he's got some space. And with that, he's got him set up with a first and goal as we get set to play on the other side of the 2-minute timeout. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. They'll run it on first and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Brought down short of the end zone, and that'll bring up third and goal. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Keeps it himself. He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with fourth and goal. So Miami signals for a timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Ware. Trying to power it ahead on 4th and 1, and this defense was up to the challenge, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Now, what a great job by this defense. Never giving up, man. Gave up some yards, get inside their own one on 4th and goal. And what did they do a good job of? Getting pushed, man. The big boys getting in the backfield, getting penetration, not letting the hole even open up, and they get the big 4th down stop.
Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Finds a crease at the 20. Flying out to the left. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Miami. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going in.
Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. The Trojans decide to use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Fareed. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. The pass falls incomplete and there are 8 seconds left.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. 1 more snap coming before halftime. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Going to take a shot. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We start with the Navy Midshipmen taking on the number 6 team, the Memphis Tigers. And it's the Midshipmen with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And you know what they say in college football, you got to take care of the games in your own backyard. They're now 2-2 after that home win. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Trojans will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
The Trojans head coach told me at the half, this team has found some positives with their 3-game winning streak, but right now they haven't done their job on defense. They get an opportunity now to change that, grab some momentum. We'll see how this goes to start the 3rd quarter. I'll keep you posted on how things develop on the sidelines. Back to you.
Okay, Holly.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back.
He's loose down the left side. The 30. 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Hurricanes. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Well, the defense have been doing a pretty good job bottling this guy up. They knew that was a big key in this game, but this guy's got the ability where it just takes one, David, and that was the play right there. Nice vision, able to get into the open field, and his speed did the rest.
And that's why you keep handing him the football. Like, he's going to get stopped, sure, but any given moment, he can make the big play for this offense. They'll keep feeding him because he is that dude.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Back to throw, it's Fareed. Got his man.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Flips it out in the flat.
And that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding, covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
The keeper on the option. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Ware. There he goes. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. And the Trojans pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Got him on the RPO. And we've been waiting to see the spin move, and so too had the defense. They were ready for it. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. He'll set up to throw. Got his man in the middle. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the back. They'll run it. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. Second and long here. Quick give. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. And the Trojans will hustle to the line. Rush is on. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
That's a bad sign for the offense. You're trying to throw screen passes to try to negate the pass rush from the defense. That time, the pass rush even got home on a screen pass.
They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. The 50. He's at the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Canes! And the pummeling has started. His 3rd touchdown of this game and his 3rd on the season. This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so...
Oh, they blocked the extra point. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that.
Number 90, set to kick off.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. They reached deep in the playbook, used almost all of them, it seemed, Jesse, and still ended up having to punt last time.
And I think on this next drive, David, you can go back to some of the stuff that worked that last drive, too. Find the things that you had success with. You just got to be able to build on it a little bit.
Yeah, and just break that extra tackle, you know, make...
Hauls it in down the sideline. Across midfield, down to the 41-yard line is a huge play as this offense rolling. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Holds on, it's Barber. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Gets the back moving. Back to pass, it's Fareed. Out wide right, it's Barber. Shakes a man, headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Southern Cal! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stops. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. Takes a handoff. It's Rodgers. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Down he goes.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run down in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime, maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Just concentrate on one thing, making the catch. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
Looking to pass. It's Fareed. Out wide left, it's Bowman. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the 1st down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs going up top. Makes the grab. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. And the Trojans look to keep this drive humming. From the gun, it's Ware. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Left side is Barber. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Makes the grab right along the back of the end zone.
Coming into this game, this offense really believed they had a mismatch problem because of this tight end speed and athleticism. And you saw it right there, David. Nobody able to hang with this guy on that touchdown catch.
And either way you cover him. If you want to put a linebacker on him, he's got a speed advantage. A safety on him, he's got a size advantage. QB takes advantage of the mismatch, knows where his big fella's going to be, and capitalizes on it.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Takes a handoff, and he's going right. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. So now let's take a look at the stats in what has been a nip-and-tuck affair. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. They'll try the left side. Turning it on! Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They want to run it left here. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
After that last play, there is a Trojan who is shaken up on the field. Medical personnel out there checking on this senior defensive back. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. Keep it on the ground. Got an alley. He's past the marker. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
And the Canes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Back to the ground game on the left. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The Canes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking for space. It's Rodgers. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving.
And into the end zone. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Miami. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Danzy. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Trojans want to move quickly.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
It's complete to the left. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few. On a ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Moves the pocket. It's Fareed. They're all over him. Finds his target. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on 4th down. Snapped on 4th down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Trojans with the 1st and 10.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game.
He unleashes a long one. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
And I love this defense understanding situational football. You got the lead in the 4th quarter. Get your nickel packages. You know the pass is coming, and the execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on takeaways, and they love to get into games late with the lead because one of the strengths of their entire team is their secondary, and you saw it there. In nickel, they're able to come away with the pick, and it's looking like they're going to be able to seal this game.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. Hand off again. He's out past the 35. Found the seam on the left. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Hurricane. And the route is on. Things a little more comfortable after that score and much, much closer to a win here in Week 5.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And right down the middle. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Sets his feet. It's Fareed. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. At the 35, he's open. The Trojans use their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game.
Well, on a lot of 3rd downs, tight ends can be a quarterback's best friend, but especially this guy. I mean, he's got a unique skill set catching the football. He could be the primary target, not just on this offense, but on offenses all around the country as well. And on that 3rd down, really nice route, gets the separation, able to make the catch. They pick up the first, and they keep this drive alive.
The Trojans can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his 2nd of the game. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Got it. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Drops back on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. The Trojans go back to work after moving the chains through the air. The option, he'll keep it. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by USC. It's their 2nd. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. And the Trojans are threatening in the red zone. Sends it back in motion. Working the ground game. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. 3rd and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Fires quickly. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The Trojans, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. The give headed toward right tackle. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air, it's Fareed. Oh, pressure's coming. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Touchdown, Trojans! Made the grab in the end zone for 6.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
48, USC, 30. Number 47.
On the move from inside his 5. He gets a block. Guided out of bounds at the 32 after a good return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. No need to go Joe Pisarcik, Larry Zonga here, Jesse. Just take the snap and kneel.
Don't need to be old school, although I do like the old school kneel play here. That is true. You just got to force your opponent to use their one timeout, and you've got this thing in the bag.
Yeah, and you can see on the sidelines, they're excited. They're celebrating this. They know this is over if the offense just takes care of the football.
Looking for room at the 40. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Rodgers. He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run. One more play to pad the stats. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber team. If they play like that, moving forward, if they put their A game together in all 3 phases, this is a team we're going to be talking about very, very late in the season.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.